Welcome back. I'm Alex Hunter. This video shows how I faced a nearly 300-pound wild boar in the sub-zero temperatures of Texas. It's not just a hunt, but a real-world lesson in survival skills and how to take down a monster in the freezing cold. Watch now. According to a recent 2025 study, climate change is escalating to an alarming level as prolonged droughts and erratic rainfall are rapidly depleting water and food resources in rural areas. Wild boars are being forced to migrate en masse, seeking survival by encroaching on suburban areas and urban green spaces near major cities like Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. The consequences are truly worrying as they are causing increasingly severe crop damage and frequently appearing on highways, leading to dangerous traffic accidents and even directly threatening the safety of local residents. As we ventured deeper into the wild boar habitat, the real challenge began. I tracked the tracks for about 300 yards across the clearing, keeping low to avoid being seen. The frost had hardened the ground, so I walked cautiously, stopping every few yards to listen. At about 200 yards, I heard digging ahead, accompanied by distinct growling. I used my binoculars to observe the area and confirmed there was a group with a large wild boar that stood out because of its size and movement. The wind remained steady for a moment before beginning to swirl gently, a typical shift of cold winter air currents. I immediately stood still, maintaining my alertness, knowing that even a slight whiff of human scent would be enough to end the hunt. Wild boars have a keen sense of smell. I continued cautiously, narrowing the distance from 150 yards to 100 yards, using the sparse bushes for cover. In winter, the shedding of leaves provided better visibility. but it also meant prey were more likely to spot a hunter if they moved carelessly. When the distance was 80 yards, the large boar came into view. It was standing sideways, preoccupied with foraging and completely unaware of my presence. I patiently waited for a favourable angle to shoot without rushing, for a precise and humane shot was more important than a quick one. I shifted into a prone position on the cold ground, securing my rifle to the bipod for maximum stability. The crosshair was positioned just behind my shoulder. After a smooth pull of the trigger, the shot rang out. The boar lunged forward a short distance before collapsing. I continued to approach cautiously, my rifle at a standstill until I confirmed the target was completely still. What makes hunts like these so valuable? Each wild boar you hunt reduces pressure on the landowner and wildlife. In the winter, focus on food sources like crops where they tend to congregate. A little tip I'll share is to always check the wind direction, use good quality binoculars, and practice your shooting stance. If you're hunting on public land, obtain a Texas hunting permit and comply with all regulations, but hunting on private farms is simpler. Instead of passively waiting for hunting seasons to control the wild boar population, I chose a more proactive and sustainable approach, installing a specialized protective fencing system. As darkness falls over Texas, farmers' nightmares begin. Wild boars swarm fields, trampling crops, digging up farmland and leaving trails of destruction for miles. A single boar can cause up to $1,000, 0 cents in damage, in a single night, and with more than 2.6 million roaming Texas, that number is quickly climbing. In 2019, the total damage they caused to Texas agriculture was estimated to be $118,800,000, 0 cents annually, nearly double the 2006 figure. 90 to 95% of the damage comes from the invasive species trampling crops instead of eating them and damaging farm equipment. Hay fields are ripped up, fences are broken. Are you one of the farmers who's experienced this crisis? With such devastating losses, how have farmers and hunters adapted their wild boar hunting strategies over the years? In Texas, they are most active in the morning, but high temperatures have forced hunters to switch to night hunting. Why are boars harder to control than other invasive species? Unlike many other invasive species, wild boars are highly adaptable, reproducing at an alarming rate. Making population control a constant battle, according to a report from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, TPWD. Hunting at night with thermal vision goggles and silencers is the most effective method of controlling wild boars. This is because the reduced noise prevents other boars from scattering. Although wild boar hunting is legal year-round in Texas, their activity varies with the seasons, making hunting at night the most effective approach. Hunters can use a special night hunting license to legally operate on private land with the landowner's permission. By being able to shoot accurately from distances of up to 300 yards without scaring the animals, this method can knock down 70% to 100% of the animals in a given area. Even the best hunters have trouble. The fog begins to thicken, limiting visibility through the thermal scope. Even with the AGM Rattler TS 5640 scope, identifying targets beyond 300 yards becomes difficult. Without a good approach plan, shooting is a waste of ammunition. Does technology take all the risk out of night hunting, or is hunter experience still the most important factor? Did you know that to legally hunt at night, hunters must register for a special permit and stay within the designated area? Illegal hunting is not only dangerous, but can also result in heavy fines. In addition, hunting in groups of 2 to 3 people helps hunters adjust their direction and avoid accidents. At night, hunters need to wear dark, non-reflective clothing designed to make no noise when moving. In every hunting activity, few people tell you about the ethics of each hunter when participating in hunting activities.
Get him right there.
But here, we will tell you the truth behind wild boar hunting. Discipline and control of the situation are the principles of survival in the dark. Even a small mistake can have serious consequences. Hunters must ensure that they identify the target accurately before pulling the trigger, to avoid confusing it with livestock or other wild animals. Survival tip: indiscriminate hunting is not only against the regulations, but also affects the ecosystem. Early morning in rural America, the sunrise no longer brings peace. Fields that were once the pride of farming families have become battlefields. Wild hogs, millions of them, have invaded, destroying crops and threatening livelihoods. By 2025, these boars have evolved, led by alpha hogs with terrifying organisational instincts. They sabotage water systems, evade traps, and even attack hunters. A real war has begun. Among these invasive species, one massive 500-pound hog, known to locals as Iron Tooth, has become legendary. It's destroyed dozens of acres of corn, evaded every trap, and always leads its herd. Today, a team of farmers, hunters, and tracking experts is determined to take down Iron Tooth, marking the beginning of a large-scale wild hog eradication campaign. The team had been tracking Iron Tooth for days, using AI drones to spot the massive hog out in an open field. It wasn't until the second shot that we finally neutralised the threat. This encounter made it clear. We're not just dealing with a powerful animal, but one that's incredibly smart. To take it down, we'll need to come up with new strategies. By 2025, wild hogs will have evolved beyond ordinary wildlife. They've learned to bypass every defense, breaking through electric fences, disabling motion sensors, and even flooding irrigation systems. Their population grows faster than ever, and with their massive size, some reaching 600 pounds, they pose a serious threat. The damage to agriculture last year hit $2 billion, 0 cents. And they carry diseases like brucellosis and leptospirosis, putting both livestock and humans at risk. "I've never seen a wild boar like Iron-Tooth," said a veteran hunter with 30 years of experience. "Not only is it huge, it's smarter than us. It senses danger before we can act." But what's even more worrying is that the wild boars are learning and passing that knowledge on. They memorize trap locations and teach their young how to avoid danger, making every hunt a chess game with the wild boar always one step ahead. We had to think creatively to tackle such a clever adversary. AI drones helped track the hogs, but tight coordination and community effort were essential. Realizing the old methods weren't enough, we split into smaller teams and set ambushes from different angles. This worked, but as we entered the lowlands, the true scale of the crisis became clear. Hundreds of large, fast hogs were everywhere. We used vehicles to keep up, but as the hogs adapted, they became harder to track. Exhausted, we paused to regroup. In that moment, I understood that this fight was about more than just killing hogs. It was about unity. From farmers to hunters to tech experts, everyone had a vital role. We weren't just protecting crops, but our families, communities, and the future of this land. Despite small victories, the battle is far from over. Iron-Tooth is still out there and millions of hogs remain. To win, we need everyone on board. The 2025 Wild Hog campaign is not just about fighting an invasive species, it's about unity. Every hog taken down is a victory for the community. But the road ahead is long. Whether you're a hunter, a farmer, or someone who loves this land, we need you to join us. Drop a 1 in the comments if you want to help defend our soil from the wild hog invasion. Your stories, thoughts, and experiences matter. Leopards are known for their ability to climb and move extremely fast, often jumping over solid fences to hunt livestock. Many families invest in solid cages and hire night patrols, but their stealth and strength still make defense measures ineffective. Not only is there an economic loss, but fear also pervades the whole village, forcing children to stay indoors and making nighttime trips almost impossible. Hunting leopards with firearms demands equipment suited for both potency and accuracy. Low-light scopes are indispensable given leopards' nocturnal tendencies, ensuring visibility during their most active periods at dawn or dusk. To counter the leopard's elusive nature, hunters often employ bait to draw them into range, positioning themselves in concealed blinds or elevated platforms. Stability is key. Using tools like bipods or sandbags enhances shot accuracy. Patience is critical, as rush shots risk failure or danger. A wounded leopard is a formidable threat, capable of quick and revenge with its large claws and teeth. Hunting in groups with the support of a reserve shooter is strongly recommended to avoid such mishaps. Chasing a wounded leopard at night is dangerous, as the dominance of this predator in low visibility conditions can turn the tide. Staying calm, alert and safety conscious is essential in the wilds of India. Leopards are highly perceptive, detecting subtle sounds or scents. Hunters must move with utmost caution, ensuring minimal noise from footsteps or equipment. Wind direction plays a pivotal role. Any hint of human scent can cause the leopard to vanish. Meticulous preparation, including firearm checks and ammunition reliability, is crucial not only for success, but for survival in such unforgiving terrain. Archery is also a tough challenge that requires precision and nerves of steel. A compound bow with a minimum draw force of 70 pounds is needed to take down the thick hide of a leopard. Shots, usually made from a range of 20 to 40 yards, require absolute stealth and a windward position to avoid detection by the leopard. Any movement risks detection, and the arrow must be aimed at the chest cavity for a precise knockdown. In my opinion, rifle hunting offers the range of power and relative safety that makes it a practical option for population control.
Reload.
Bow hunting, on the other hand, requires closer range and pinpoint accuracy, making for a stressful and risky experience. The decision depends on whether the hunter prioritizes efficiency or the thrill of a more primal challenge. But both methods require respect for the environment and the animal. Hunting leopards in India where they are a protected species, is tightly controlled and often restricted to problem animals posing direct threats. In Tanzania, hippo hunting contributes to conservation through fees that support anti-poaching and habitat preservation. Ethical hunting prioritises selective targeting, humane practices, and ecosystem balance, aiming to harmonise human needs with wildlife preservation. What's your stance on this approach? Every morning in Minnesota, I don't just see the sunrise over vast fields. I see a war going on, not with the weather, but with nature itself. Starlings and Canada geese are invasive species that silently destroy everything I've worked so hard to build. Starlings cost the US agricultural industry nearly $800 million, 0 cents a year. And Canada geese are a multi-million-dollar nightmare. Technology is our weapon, but how do we win without becoming the destroyer? Initially, we used the harmful hunting mindset of shooting Canada geese with 12-gauge shotguns under USF WS permits, or using starly-side traps to quickly knock down starlings, which has resulted in a 50% reduction in pest birds on some farms.
Ready, boy? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, fuck, no, nice! Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Nice! Ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3, go! Nice!
I once went on such a hunt on a rainy night, shooting several adult geese that were destroying a field.
Kill those! Stop! 3, 2, 1, go! Go! Send them to Jesus!
But here's the dark side. Harmful is often criticised for being inhumane, unnecessary, and the public backlash is evident in the real-life story of farmers on Martha's Vineyard who face backlash for knocking down geese to save their crops, despite the law.
Kill 'em!
Research from the journal Management of Biological Invasions shows that harmful may lead to avoidance behaviour in birds, but does not address the root cause and can increase populations if left unchecked.
Kill him.
In contrast, non-harmful thinking uses lazy scarecrow to scare away invasive birds or egg addling with vegetable oil to prevent hatching without harming the mother bird, focusing on sustainability and humanity. In Minnesota, we use drones to monitor flocks of starlings flying around Canada geese, then laser scan a 10-acre field at night to scare them away without harming them. The difference is clear. Harmful is decisive, quick to resolve, non-harmful requires patience, is cheaper, and according to research from Formalytics is more effective, reduces losses without being overly harmful, and makes us feel more compassionate toward animals who are victims of human-caused imbalances. What do you think about this? With the wrong posture, I spent the whole night without catching any. Is this saying completely true? It must be put into practice that, when hunting geese, I choose a wetland near a lake where geese gather, and I bring waterproof camouflage clothing and binoculars to observe. I lie down on the lakeshore, my body pressed against the ground, keeping quiet to avoid startling the geese. Here are some measures you can refer to when lying still when hunting geese, especially when using decoys in open fields. Geese are very alert and will quickly detect anything unusual. Low covers or natural cover are often used to hide until the geese are in sight. My hunt for invasive birds saved our fields, but if left unchecked, overhunting could lead us into disaster.
Whoa, Rio.
Unrestricted hunting causes starlings to develop avoidance skills and Canada geese to reproduce more quickly, causing their numbers to explode out of control.
Take up!
Right now.
Take up!
Furthermore, mass culling not only destroys ecosystems and upsets the food balance of native species, but also exposes farmers to criticism.
Oh, baby!
The USDA has stressed that harmful is unsustainable without non-harmful support like egg addling or laser scarecrows.
Down. Stay. Rio.
On the cliff, a single slip could cause both of them to fall into the abyss. The Arctic wolf with its hunting instinct confronts the goat, which can cling to rocks, creating a relentless battle. Who will win? The eagle is considered the king of the sky and is a symbol of power and dominance. With a wingspan of up to 7.5 feet, eyesight 8 times that of humans, and sharp claws, it can attack a mountain goat. It has never lost before, but this time it was defeated by the mountain goat. I think maybe the mountain goat struggled so hard that the eagle lost control. Squirrels can jump from heights of up to 100 feet, covering great distances thanks to their ability to adjust their direction of fall and slow down.
Whoa!
However, they fail when they lack space to land safely. Tall buildings have become a big challenge for them, becoming the new obstacles. No longer just a natural disaster, the storm and flood disaster has made animal movement more difficult than ever. In the big picture, this herd of cows clearly does not belong in this harsh environment. The question is, why are these cows able to climb tall buildings? And why have humans not rescued them? What do you think of this neglect? Sharp rocks knock down elk and roaring waterfalls block life. Nature, in its wild beauty, can be cruel. When lost in the woods, you can only survive by using basic skills such as setting up a tent, finding water and finding your way. One small mistake can send you into the abyss of no return, just like the elk. Have you ever wondered why the mother wild boar leads her cubs through this dangerous path? Is there something on the other side that can feed them all year round? Or is it their way home? This cruel scene, when they face danger, is inevitable. Their family is swept away, all is wiped out. In the Himalayas, ibex face the precarious cliffs, where life is fragile and death is always lurking. An estimated 200 ibex die each year when falling from the steep cliffs. This cruelty affirms that nature is unforgiving. Do humans dare to set foot in this place, where the race for survival in the high mountains has never been easy? Winning the big prize is never easy, and it is not for the lazy, especially in the Spiti Valley, where snow leopards chase down mountain goats in a fierce fight to the death. Within seconds, snow leopards demonstrate terrifying hunting skills. Slipping will not save any animal. The dark side of this truth is that donkeys, bred in Tanzania to transport goods over steep roads, face a deep chasm, have no support, and when the load is too heavy, they cannot control themselves. This is a lesson in the cruelty of exploiting labour without considering their endurance. Donkeys need to be protected here.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.